I'm Coach Miller, and welcome to All Marine Fighter. Today, in our boxing story series, I want to share something with you that is very important to me. Now, I'm wearing this medal. This is a third place medal to the Ohio State Golden Gloves. It was 2002. The reason why this medal is so very, very important to me, I've had close fights in all of my career. All through when I was in high school, I could have victories. Sometimes I might catch some losses. In amateur fighting, you win a lot, you lose some too. The goal is to win more than you lose. At the regional and national level, when I was the All Marine Corps boxing team, you win some, you lose some. I've had close fights, okay? But this fight was the only fight in my career that I was blatantly and clearly robbed for political reasons. Now, what made this fight different was me and a friend had both competed in the same weight class for the Ohio State Golden Gloves. Now, we had sparred each other many times, and I gotta tell you that he was perfectly made for me as an opponent, okay? So I was a counter puncher, I'm left-handed, and he was a very aggressive puncher, always coming forward, and I countered him very, very well. And so we had sparred many times, and I knew with both of us entering the tournament, there was a potential that we could meet in the finals. And so I felt confident that, okay, I could take this guy. Well, when we arrive at the tournament, we look at the tournament bracket, and we both fought our first fights. But the second fight, or the semifinals, we got matched up. Now, technically, you're not supposed to match up the same gym of fighters until the finals. And they can work that out in the bracket. If there's two people in the same weight class, it's not a big deal. Just have them on opposite ends of the bracket. And if they meet in the finals, that's not a big deal, right? Well, we found out that we're about to fight each other, and my boxing coach threw a fit. I mean, he was cursing out the director of, the state Golden Gloves. He was cursing out the refs, saying all sorts of crazy things. How is he going to have a coach in his corner, this and that? So what ended up happening is our promoter ended up going in my friend's corner, and my coach was going to be in my corner. And he was cursing at the refs, this and that, at the judges, and saying, how can you allow this to happen? And I'm standing here at the bottom of the steps, and the ref already called my friend up into the ring, and he's calling me up. I go to step up to go in. He's like, Ron, you stop right there. You're not going to effing blah, 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 right? And I'm like, here I am. I'm like 18 years old, about ready to graduate from high school or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, man. He comes over, and then he brings me up there into the ring. Talking about awkward, okay? Very awkward. And I'm thinking to myself, man, he is going to tick everybody off, and I'm going to end up somehow getting messed over in this whole thing. And you know what? That's what happened. Because that fight, it happened like it was another sparring session with my friend. Okay? He's a good fighter. It's just I had his number because we had practiced so much with each other. I absolutely countered everything that he had. I was scoring left and right. In fact, I was moving around him so easily. I remember being up against the ropes and he comes pressing forward. I step and pivot to my left and give a nice hook in, and it catches him on the jaw, and he almost goes through the ropes. I actually come and grab him by the back of the trunks there with my gloves to keep him from going forward out of the ring. And I thought that I did a very good job. And don't get me wrong, he's a good fighter, but I won that fight. So I'm sitting there at the end of the third round. I'm scoring on him, and he got a few good shots. Don't get me wrong, he had some pretty good shots, but it was obvious. It was clear that I was the winner. I'm sitting here with the ref about ready to announce the winner. I'm waiting for my hand to be raised, and then they raise his hand. I look over my coach, and I'm like, what in the world? I was devastated. And I thought to myself, that's not fair. It's just not fair, man. How can you do this? How can you rob me like that? Everybody saw what happened. It was a blatant, obvious political move, okay, because of the situation that took place and the big scene that happened and everything. And my coach is well known in the region. We produce a lot of good fighters out of our gym. Now, don't get me wrong. My friend went on to go to the finals and beat the guy by decision. and he got his shot or slot to be able to go to regionals. He would lose in regionals and wouldn't advance, obviously, to the National Golden Gloves. But I thought to myself, man, that should have been me. And, you know, it taught me something. I joined the Marine Corps later on that year, okay, when I graduated. This would propel me forward to excel. Because eventually, hey, this is a third place medal. I should have won this fight, but that's okay. Eventually, I would make the All Marine Corps boxing team. I would step it up to the regionals and nationals level. I wasn't going to let this destroy my dreams and visions that I was hoping to get here in boxing. And you know what? I was able to achieve it. And this is a reminder that if you push forward towards your goals, you too can achieve them. Tell me about what you think. Was there a time that you were robbed of a decision? Could be any martial arts or boxing or MMA or kickboxing, whatever. Was there a time where a decision went a different way when you knew it was you that should have won? Tell me about the situation down in the comments below. If you like the content, please go ahead and hit that like, and please subscribe and help the channel grow. I hope you enjoy. Stay motivated.